The year is 1386. A nobleman collapses at a feast, clutching his throat, his eyes wide with terror. Servants rush to his side, his lips are foaming, his skin turns pale. Within moments, he is dead. When the goblet he drank from is examined, the wine inside carries a strange, bitter scent. Whispers ripple through the hall. It was not poison, at least not in the way people imagined. The lady of the court swears she only wanted his affection, his loyalty, his heart. All she gave him was a love potion. But love potions in the Middle Ages were never gentle drinks of romance. They were dangerous, deadly, and some believed they were the devil's own trick. Tonight, we uncover the shocking truth about the forbidden art of medieval love potions, and the haunting stories of obsession, betrayal, and death they left behind. To understand why love potions became so widespread in the Middle Ages, we must first understand how love itself was viewed in that time. Love was not a personal choice. It was an arrangement, a contract, a deal struck between families. Marriages among the nobility were rarely about passion. They were about securing alliances, protecting lands, and creating heirs. The peasant class was little different. Marriages were bound by work, survival, and obligation. But where there is restriction, there is rebellion. Behind the rigid order of medieval society lurked secret desires, forbidden romances, and desperate passions. For many, love was an impossible dream. And so they turned to magic. Love potions were whispered about in markets, traded in dark alleys, and secretly handed over by cunning women who knew the ways of herbs and charms. These potions promised to bend the will of another, to create desire where none existed, to chain the heart of a man or woman as tightly as if bound by iron. And yet, what they delivered was often far darker. But here lies the cruel irony. Many of these aphrodisiac ingredients were toxic. Herbs like belladonna and henbane were commonly used in potions. In small doses, they caused dizziness, flushed skin, and hallucinations, symptoms easily mistaken for passion. But in larger amounts, they caused seizures, paralysis, and death. Even seemingly harmless ingredients like nutmeg or clove oil could be lethal in concentrated doses. Imagine the scene. A woman slips her beloved a cup of enchanted wine, hoping he will fall helplessly in love. He drinks it, his eyes grow wild, his words slur. And within hours, he is writhing in agony on the floor. What she intended as love becomes murder. The medieval courts are filled with chilling cases of love potions gone wrong. In Siena, Italy, a young noblewoman was tried for poisoning her husband. She confessed, but claimed it was not poison at all. It was a potion, crafted to keep him loyal to her. The court did not believe her. She was executed. Her husband's death, they declared, proved that love magic was as wicked as poison itself. In Paris, a priest uncovered a hidden trade among women in the city's markets. They sold wines laced with strange powders and drops of human blood. Customers believed that if a man drank the blood of the woman who loved him, he could never leave her side. But the results were horrific. Many of those who drank fell violently ill, their stomachs twisting with infection. Some survived, swearing undying loyalty to the giver. Others died, their bodies consumed by fever. In England, rumors spread of women who baked bread mixed with a man's semen, believing it would make him powerless to resist them. One court record describes a case where a woman was accused of bewitching an entire household, slipping her enchanted pastries into every meal. The family grew sickly, haunted by nightmares, convinced they were cursed. The church viewed love potions not as harmless folly, but as grave sin, an assault against God's will. To force love was to override free will, to meddle with the divine order, to commit spiritual violence. Priests wrote manuals warning confessors to watch for signs of love philters. They believed these potions were not only dangerous to the body, but damning to the soul. Women were most often accused, for they were seen as the great tempters, the ones who lured men astray with herbs, powders, and whispered charms. Punishments were brutal: public flogging, exile from towns, and in the worst cases, burning at the stake. For love potions were often considered a form of witchcraft. And witchcraft was a crime against God. Here lies the eerie twist. Despite their dangers, some love potions may have worked. Not by summoning the devil. Not by true magic. But by chemistry and psychology. Certain herbs, mandrake, henbane, opium poppy, induce euphoric states. They create feelings of warmth, dizziness, even arousal. A man who drank such a potion might truly believe he had fallen under the spell of love. And beyond the physical, there was suggestion. If a woman whispered to her beloved, "This will bind you to me forever," the power of belief itself could make him act as though it were true. The potion was only half the spell. The rest was in the mind. Love potions were not unique to Europe. In the Middle East, ancient Arabic texts describe magical perfumes of musk and amber. In Africa, healers brewed herbs said to attract or bind lovers. In Asia, Chinese texts mention powders meant to stir desire or devotion. But in Europe, under the shadow of Christianity, these practices were always linked with sin, heresy, and danger. And so, what in other cultures might have been ritual or healing, in Europe became crime and witchcraft. Though centuries have passed, the idea of the love potion still lingers. We see it in stories, in fairy tales, in films. A magical drink that can win a heart. But the truth is far more sinister. In the Middle Ages, these potions ruined lives, ended marriages, and claimed countless victims. They were not potions of romance, but poisons of desperation. And so we are left with a haunting question. Were love potions ever truly about love? Or were they always about control? About bending another's will? About turning desire into chains? In the end, the shocking truth is this. To drink a medieval love potion was not to taste romance. It was to swallow death, obsession, and madness. And perhaps, even now, when we dream of love potions in stories and songs, we are only repeating a dangerous fantasy born from the darkest corners of history. Beware the vial that promises love. For inside, it may hold only poison.